Okay, hi, it's Jane Fendelman. So Taylor and I just shot the video on death. Love sucks. Love is horrifying. That's the video. And we were talking about, yeah, I should do the heartbreak video. I should do it. When should we do it? We should do it right now. We were talking about, let's just do it right now. So the video on heartbreak. So these are some tools and techniques that will really help you with your broken heart. And if you want to see more about why I'm an expert on broken heart, look for my video called Dumped 2 weeks before my wedding. So that happened 18, almost 19 years ago when I bought this house. That's when that happened, because there's a story that is part of the tools that I'm going to be talking about in this video here on how to handle a broken heart. So easier tools and methods to help you with your broken heart. Okay, so when you have a broken heart, it is literally, someone just told me this. I think a client just told me this recently. It is literally the tendons that hold your heart in place being stretched. You know how you have a physical heart break? Your heart actually hurts. It's because of that. There's tendons actually being stretched. Why? I don't know. But when you're sad, that's what happens. And so you feel like you have a broken heart. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 tools to use for your broken heart, okay? And actually, if you guys used to follow me when I used to do podcasts with Michael Langell, who's a young Army veteran, he has Help Me PTSD video channel. We did this technique. We did a couple of these techniques. This technique in particular, this neuro-linguistic programming technique, I didn't make it up, but this smart guy who created neuro-linguistic programming made it up. And I was showing it to Christopher in one of the very first few videos that he and I ever did together. Christopher Michael Langell, that's who you're gonna look up. And Help Me PTSD, his video blog. It's somewhere way back in the beginning of the archives. We did that about 2 years ago at the beginning. So this is a neuro-linguistic programming technique. What you're going to do is you're going to sit down, or you can stand, but it's probably better if you sit down and relax and close your eyes. But first, watch me. You're going to be tapping gently, one hand and then the other. You can do it on your legs just like this. You can do it just like this. What we're doing when we're tapping one hand and then the other is we're activating the right and left hemisphere of the brain. So we've got left brain logic, we've got right brain emotion. And so what we want is both hemispheres of the brain activated. Because when you're having PTSD attack or when you're sad or heartbroken, what's going on is you're usually in the emotion. And sometimes if it's PTSD, you're actually in the animal brain here in the back, the reptilian brain, which is your limbic brain at the top of it's very reactive, it's fight or flight. So it's all about survival and instinct, and it will shoot, I think that is the brain that shoots the adrenaline into your system, which makes you feel anxious and upset. But broken heart is just, whoosh. Sometimes it's that, and sometimes it's just this long, agonizing, and you can't eat, and you're just aching. By the way, if you're not eating and you have a broken heart, just have some, because some people can't keep food in them well when they have a broken heart. You're going to want to get some brown rice, cook that brown rice up, and then save the water that you cooked it in and drink the broth. Or drink clear chicken broth, and make sure and drink Gatorade, because your electrolytes are going to go out of balance. And you won't feel like eating, but you will feel better once you do eat. If you make yourself eat, you will feel better. So make yourself eat, and eat something healthy, not a bunch of garbage. Okay, but you can eat some garbage because your heart's broken. Okay, so here's how this tapping, this neuro-linguistic programming or NLP tapping exercise goes. What you do is you close your eyes and you start tapping, and you visualize the most beautiful, peaceful, serene place you can. It can be real or imagined. It's your place alone. No one else is there with you. It's just you. If you have a dog, you can have your dog there. If you have a cat, you can have your cat there, but no other people. This is just your place. You're tapping, your eyes are shut. You're noticing the details. It could be walking on a beach, laying in a field of daisies, sitting by a mountain stream, sitting on the porch of a cabin in the woods. You're noticing the weather. There might be a gentle spray, maybe gentle rain, maybe ocean spray, maybe sunshine with clouds rolling. Notice how you feel. And you're wearing the most beautiful, comfortable clothes you can imagine. Notice the animals around. Are there dolphins leaping or whales breaching? Are there butterflies or ladybugs? Are there birds singing and flying? Good. Now, the way that we use this when you're in session with me is, once we do that part, now I say, okay, I want you to conjure up a negative emotion or memory. Let me know as soon as you got that. And people nod pretty much right away. Okay, got it. You're not tapping now. Okay, now, forgot one important part. Name your place. You can name it anything you want. Serenity, place of peace, Cabo, sanctuary, my safe space. You can name it anything you want. Okay, now we get the negative memory. Now, start your tapping once more. Say the name of your place to yourself. Sanctuary, my place of peace, Cabo. You're tapping, you're saying, and you're noticing, now that you're back there for a second time, it's even more beautiful. The colors are more vivid. The smells are brighter. The feeling is stronger. You see more detail. You stay there longer, and you will see your negative emotion changing back to this place of peace. Now, this is a form of self-mastery, okay? So that's one tool, the neuro-linguistic programming tool. The second tool I'm going to show you, I learned from a very brilliant psychiatrist in Scottsdale when I was going through counselor school. This was our teacher's wife. He took us on a field trip, and Dr. Carol Eckstein, I wonder if she's still in practice. She was such a cool lady. She taught us this thing. You put your hands wherever you're feeling the emotion. Let's say you're feeling it in the heart space. I promise I will not hit the microphone, Taylor. So maybe both hands are right there. Or maybe you're feeling it here and here, or here and here. You close your eyes and you make these 3 statements to yourself. I'm now aware that I'm feeling this overwhelming, devastating pain and loss. It's okay for me to feel this overwhelming, devastating pain and loss. I now release the need to feel this overwhelming, devastating pain, grief, loss. And you will see it change color, change intensity. So the 3 statements are, I'm now aware that I'm feeling whatever, name the feeling. It's okay for me to feel this. I now release the need to feel this feeling. So we're not telling the feeling to go away. We're giving it permission to be there. We're acknowledging it, because human beings have a tendency to treat their negative emotions like a redheaded stepchild. Get away from me, kid. I don't want to hear about it. And then kick them to the side. We don't want to do that. We want to get really present with the emotion. I see you, I hear you, I feel you. Okay, and then the third tool, so the second tool is the 3 self-statements for self-soothing. The 3 self-soothing statements. I'm now aware that I'm feeling, it's okay for me to feel, I now release the need to feel. Okay? The third tool is a deep breath with a sigh on the exhale, a moan. So when I first bought this house 18, 19 years ago, it was when that dude in that other video, it all started when I made that video called Get Your Man Back Fast, and everybody was like, well, who was the guy? Well, what happened? I was like, okay, now I need to make a video on, I got dumped 2 weeks before my wedding. That really happened. I got dumped 2 weeks before my wedding. So my house was rented out. He and I were 2 weeks before our wedding, so we had moved in together to his house, and he called off the wedding 2 weeks beforehand. So I got this house and put it into escrow and then moved in. And you have to watch the video to see what happened with that guy, because something amazing happened. You'll see. You'll see. So when I bought this house, it was a dog. It was a mess. It had this ugly old linoleum tile that had all turned yellow. So I had a friend of mine teach me how to lay saltillo tile. There's a reason they call that shit labor intensive. So I rented a wet saw, and it's cheap, but it's so much hard work. And I'm on the floor for a few weeks. I took off work for the move and to do the floors, and I'm on the floor. You guys, have you ever seen Linda Hamilton in Terminator 2? She was like, I have pretty good muscle definition in the first place. Look at this is my muscle. It's good, right? Yeah, I don't know why. Just in my biceps. The rest of me is like a normal human, but I have these like monster biceps. I don't know. I just always do. Maybe it's from dancing. It could be from dancing. So yeah, I turned into Linda Hamilton because I wasn't eating because I had a broken heart, and I was laying tile. I was grouting, I was sealing, I was cutting. It went on for weeks. And I realized pretty quickly, somewhere in the first week of all this, on my knees, laying this tile, that I wasn't breathing. My heart was so broken that I realized I was holding my breath. And I found out this thing at the time that really helped by accident. Like, I had to force myself to take a breath. And when you have a broken heart, you'll notice you don't want to take a deep breath because it feels like you're going to fan the flames of pain, and like the pain is going to flare up, but it won't. It'll actually make it feel better. It's counterintuitive. So what you do is this. That. You do that. Oh, you just moan. You take a deep breath and you moan. And it really gets that pain out. I don't know why. Okay, so these are your 3 tools. You have the neuro-linguistic tapping, going to your safe place, visualization. You have your 3 self-soothing statements. I'm now aware that I'm feeling. It's okay for me to feel. I now release the need to feel. And you have your moaning on the exhale. Now, if you've experienced a death, even the death of a relationship, I want you to go into my website store, and I want you to look for the audio download called Grief. And it's a phenomenal, if I do say so myself, audio that I made on handling grief. And it's very soothing. It's not very talky. It's mostly a guided visualization. Very soothing. So you're going to want to hear that, especially if there's been a death. Get that audio download. It's very inexpensive, so just go get it, okay? So if you're watching this, that means you have a broken heart, and I'm so, so sad for your broken heart. I'm so sorry. And just remember that expression. I didn't make it up, but some brilliant person who sent a meme around the social media made this expression up. Just remember, every challenge that you're going through now is getting you ready to receive exactly what you asked for. Every difficult thing that you're going through now is preparing you for what you asked for. Okay, so I know you'll get through it. I promise you won't always feel like this. I know it hurts right now. And I'm sending you love and prayers from my heart to yours. Thank you for listening. I love you.